So I thought today to share with you something that I was editing from Venerable William. And she was talking about the value of community, and especially how we can do so much more when we live in a community than we can as an individual. And it reminded me of a time when I was in Malaysia and I gave a talk at one large temple in Penang. And in the morning after the talk, they showed me around. And they had a whole other building that was an old folks home and also a daycare center and a kindergarten. And at the time when I went, it was so sweet because the old folks were down on the bottom floor. And the little kids came down, and they were all talking and playing with the senior citizens, and it was so beautiful to see that, because you can see that the kids benefit so much from being with the older people, and the older people benefit so much having the livelihood of the kids. And I thought, wow, what a wonderful thing this master was able to do. But it wasn't just the master. He was able to create this because of the whole community. You know, one person cannot have a huge temple plus all this other stuff going on. You need a whole community of people to be involved. And then, of course, you need the outside support and so on. But it really made me think, you know, how you can have all sorts of ideas and wishes and things, but it's so crucial if you want to actualize them that there's a group of people that you form a community with who have the same goals and who want to do the same thing. So that was one aspect of community that Venerable William was mentioning. Another is, she said, when you first enter a community, then what do you need to do? And all along she's really been stressing the importance of community, how it's really essential for our own personal growth, as well as for the spread and propagation of the Dharma. But she said, you know, when you enter a community, you should be willing to learn, eager to participate, and happy to serve. So in other words, come in with a good attitude that really wants to join in the community activities. You know. And at the same time, she said, people in a community are very different. They've all come from different backgrounds. They've had different conditioning. So some people are more outgoing. Some people are more reticent. Some people like to, you know, spend time and talk. Other people prefer to be alone. So you have to have space for all different kinds of personalities in the community. But everybody has to participate in his or her own way. Okay? And then, then she was talking about how there are people, different types of people in the community. And one person may come in and they want to take responsibility for everything. Yeah? So they're so eager that they want to, you know, be in charge of the kitchen and be in charge of organizing this and doing that and everything. And so they take all this responsibility, and after a while they are exhausted and they become resentful. Then, she said, there's another kind of person who wants to come in and just be what they see a pure Dharma practitioner. And so they think, well, there's always going to be other people who take care of all the things that need to be done in the monastery. So I can just spend my time studying and meditating, and I don't have to do any of those things. Other people will take care of them. So she was saying that neither attitude works. Okay? So that, you know, we need to share responsibility, and everybody needs to participate. And she said, in that way, the community avoids having a dictator. Okay? Because if you just have one person who's, I'll do this, I'll do that, I'll do this, I'll do that, I'll do everything. And then everybody else is going, well, they want to, so let's let them do that. And then I can just do my thing and be quiet. Then out of that, you're going to have not a leader, but a dictator. And then everybody in the community will be unhappy. So it's, she really explained it in the sense that it's not just one person who takes power, it's the community that enables the situation to occur. Yeah? So you don't just point the finger at the one person who's become the dictator and say, look what they did. You look around at all the causes and conditions and you see that what was happening all around is what enabled that one person to become the dictator. And I was thinking, this applies, in so many different societies. Now that it's the 100th anniversary of the armistice for World War I, people are talking about how the Versailles Treaty set up the conditions for the arising of the Nazis and World War II. Yeah. So it wasn't just one person, Hitler, who decided to do things. It was the whole situation created by so many, factors, some of them international, some of them national, that created that situation where that could happen. Yeah? And so, again, this all relates back to dependent arising. And she keeps coming back in her little booklet about how important it is to understand dependent arising. Because if you understand dependent arising, then all these other things make sense, and you can figure out a way to deal with them in a skillful way. Yeah. So lots of little tidbits there. I covered several different topics, but hopefully some will cause some reflection.